All right, guys, here we go. Installation time. So that's the roll bar I have now. It's an 89, so it's not the family style bar. And I took the spreader bars off, and I'm using the pad from my CJ. When I got rid of the CJ, I took that, and it fit on the YJ bar perfectly. So there's the TJ bar, and all the plates, and all the spreader bars, and everything. So, first order of business is to take this roof off. So here we go. All right, the top is off. Now I'm leaving the frame on here. I got the top on the hood, so hopefully it stays warm and it's pliable so I can stretch it back over everything and put it back on. I'm leaving the frame on to make sure once I put the TJ bar on that the back corners aren't going to keep this from folding down. Eventually I'm putting a TJ top on it, where I'm thinking about actually stretching this thing into the length of an LJ and putting a frameless top on it, but I don't know, that's down the road. But anyway, so that's why I'm not taking that off. I should, but I just have to put it right back on, and it's a pain in the butt. It's all flimsy and all that. When you're trying to put it on, it's like wobbling back and forth and all that. So I've already taken out the Torx bolts and replaced them with grade 8 regular bolts. I did that for the 2 front bars too. So let me go ahead and rip all that out and then get this bad boy out of here. I don't know where I'm going to put it now because I'm an idiot and I backed in the garage and I don't have much room. If I have this bar taking up half my space, I'm not going to have any room to work. But anyway, I'll figure that out when the time comes. All right, here we go. Got all the bolts out. I don't know if you can see those marks. The green lines, those are my crosshairs. I'm going to make a template on the, or I might even just, I'm going to make a template, a poster board for the new mounting leg or mounting feet. On the back, I did the little crosshair thing. On this side, I started doing the tape and measuring it all. But hopefully I can get the plates in there to a point where I can pretty much get it figured out. Like if I make one of here, I'll be able to make the second one of there because they're the same. And the front should be pretty straightforward. I'm just going to use that piece of poster board right back there, make myself a template and mark it and punch it and drill it. So now I'm about to pull the bar out. So let's see how this goes by myself with nowhere to go. Oh, and I forgot an Allen wrench, so I can't take these boxes off, so they have to come out with the roll bar. So I have to lift the bar, disconnect the speaker wires, and then pull the entire thing. So we'll see how she goes. We're about to find out. I want to see if I can prop this thing up somewhere so we can see how it's going to look. Let me see what I can do. Hang on. If I can't, then I'll just resume after it's out. All right, I think I've got it. So now let's see how this goes. Make sure I don't knock myself out here. See, the problem is I have to undo the speaker while I'm lifting this bar, which is going to be, oh, never mind, it's right here at the top. There we go. There's one. And 2. Well, that was easy enough. All right. Get the CB antenna wire out of the way. Hit my head one time. Well, now what? I have another idea. My first idea worked, so maybe the second idea will work. Alright. Well, my plan was to overhead press this thing off, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen because I'm not tall enough. So I think what we're going to do is go this way. Alright, so what's going to happen most likely is I'm going to swivel this side around. This side's going to fall off there and slam into something and break something that I don't want to get broken. Man, if only I were 6 inches taller. Or let's just do that. Let's see if this is going to work. Let's call on something. Let's call on. I'm hanging up on here. There we go. I think mine was supposed to bend that way. Oh God, I can't put it down. Well, I suppose that's one way to do it. It's out. Fantastic. Not only smash these trailer harness wires up a little bit, I meant to get some rust converter and I forgot. That's what it's looking like underneath. So, and for now I'm using the original holes. I'm going to drill them all out to use 1/2-inch bolts. That's the original size bolt. It's 3/8, 16. Here's a 1/2-inch bolt next to it. For a roll bar, that's the one. But to get it in, I'm just going to stick with those for now. Alright, so I'm not going to continue filming while I mark everything on the other metal, but I'll be back to do it. Let's see how it's looking right now. It looks like a CJ2A. Wish I could drive around, just throw some lap belts in it and go. That'd be pretty cool. Alright. Alright, so we got the plates in. Now they're longer than the other plates, of course, but not by much. The edge of this tape right there is where the edge of the other foot went to, the original. But I'm not going to bother cutting that off because it's not, I mean, it's overlapping a little bit, but not too much. But I don't want to screw anything up. See, it goes, I mean, I guess I could cut it off. Wouldn't be a huge deal. It'd be right. Oh yeah, actually, there's plenty of room. Maybe I will. Yeah, I think I'll trim it down. And just, I mean, that way it's not overlapping because there's a gap right there that I'd prefer not to have if I don't have to. Like right there. Not a huge gap, but enough that if it gets wet, it's gonna get water back there and cause rust issues. So, let me see if I can show it. Yeah, right there. So I'm gonna trim it down. Where's the holes? Next hole. There's the hole. Right there. So I have plenty of room. As long as it goes over this way, that's the concern. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that down and I shall return. Alright, got one plate drilled and bolted in. I'm thinking the roll bar is going to go right here. I hope. Because I don't want to have to take that bolt out. Although I could just put it in on that side if I have to. But I'd rather not. I'd rather leave them all in. But we're going to find out here in a few. Now I just have to drill that one out. This took forever. So here we go again. And it's tacked in. Got a few around this bar. There's a few around here. Now, I don't know if my YJ is off or what, but the distance from here to here is different on the driver and passenger side, but the bars are welded exactly in the same place by that bolt right there. They're both to the edge of the washer. So I don't know if the holes are drilled wrong or what, but it's not 100% even, but it's really close. These from this corner to the bar, both on the back, are identical. The fronts are a little off. This bar spins freely and whatever, so they're straight. So I guess that's the main concern. Kind of see it down there, not really though. I used this bolt as a ground, so hopefully I didn't blow my computer welding. Let's see if we can see how she's looking right now. Of course, I'm going to have the sound bar on top of it. I'm going to pull it out, and I'm only using a Hobart 140, so I'm not going to try and weld it because the plates are 3/16, and I'm sure I could, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just pay the $15 and know it's going to hold up if something should happen. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and figure out a way to brace the bar to this. Like up here, I tried to get this out, I couldn't do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a, I don't know, something, and I'm going to weld it to the bar, and I'm going to have it go straight over on both sides. And I'm also going to maybe make something to go from the bar to the wheel well. I haven't decided on that yet. So yeah, that's where we're at now with the super top. I hope it fits. We'll see. But I'm also going to get the Poison Spider or somebody's bar that goes across here, and eventually the bars that go diagonal there. I'm getting probably I don't know what front bar I'm doing. I might have, a buddy of mine does cages for drift cars, so I might have him make me a bar front, you know what I mean. Might have him make me one, but I don't know yet. But that's where we're at so far with the TJ bar. It's tacked in place, got to get it fully welded, and it's done. So there we are. Installation of the TJ bar and the YJ. There's the old bar. I figured out the easiest possible way to get it out. Grab it by the top hoop and just flip it backwards. It flips right out. So, got the plates welded on. I don't know how well they penetrated. I mean, I hope they did a good job. You can see the weld through the plates. It warped these back plates a tiny bit, so hopefully the holes aren't out of whack now. So you can see where they welded right there. But it didn't really discolor the metal at all. It made it a little different color gray, but I don't know. So, that's where we're at now. Got the T50 to take the seat belts out. And I've already taken all the roll bar bolts out and replaced them with grade 8. These are 3/8, I think 16 bolts. So, I'm sure they're a standard size, probably 9/16. I'm using 14 millimeter. So now I'm about to start piecing it together. Got the roll bar padding, got everything. So here we go. Bars in. Here are the speakers that were in the CJ boxes / YJ boxes. I'm going to replace these eventually, but I had them and they fit. Only a couple screw holes lined up on this one and 3 lined up on that one. So here is, now the roll bar pad was $40 off eBay. I found one from a guy, I guess he's a Jeep salvage guy. So here's what I've spent so far. The roll bar was free. I traded a 4.2 cylinder head and a fold and tumble seat for it. So we got $265. That is for the 2 plates to the wheel wells. We got $37.50 is for them, for the shop to weld the all the legs, weld them solid to the roll bar. And we've got $35.12 for them to bend up the 2 front leg mounting plates. So that's where I'm at so far. So just over $100, and I have the TJ roll bar in there. Now let me see. It's snowing right now, but hang on one sec. All right, so here's the bar installed. We got a front spreader bar. Now remember, that's a YJ spreader bar. I cut it down to length, and the TJ little, I don't know what you call that, the bolts to the roll bar slid in there perfectly, and it lined up exactly right. So, no need to drill extra holes. We got the TJ bar in there. I forgot to zip that top part up there, but I have to pull it off anyway. The bolt that's holding this bar in right here does not have a washer. So I got the washer right here and some other nuts and whatever that I need. Got to get the rear seat belts. I don't know why the camera just went dark. Let me show you. That's what it looks like out of the window now, where it used to have the diagonal bar going straight down there, blocking my entire view. See there? It's fantastic. The seats are hard to do one-handed. They're heavy. So the seat belt is it bolted right here onto this. You can kind of see the hole. It bolts to the roll bar here. When I put my bar in, I spread the 2 main hoop bars out as far as I could. And now the seat belt is mounted like that, kind of at an angle. So I need to do something about that. I don't know what though. Got the seatbelt adjusters on here. There's the roll bar pad I got off eBay. This thing's in like mint condition. No fading, no nothing. $40. So yeah, that's it. It's all mounted. Now that hole right there, I had the guy at the shop weld these washers on, and you can see right here, he welded the washer over just a tiny bit so the bolt doesn't quite line up. I'm going to try and drill it without screwing up the threads, but if I do, I'm just going to drill it to 1/2 inch anyway and put a real bolt in there. But everything else lined up perfectly. There's the back. Of course, my carpet doesn't match up anymore, but it's not so far out of whack that it's a huge deal. So yeah, there we are. The bar is in. The belts are on. Oh, and in that pack of bolts, I got some bolts to replace the bottom Torx bolt down here. Because while these went in easily, the bottom one on the passenger side I thought was going to snap the bit. So I'm getting rid of it and I'm putting real bolts in there. And I want to find some shorter bolts here because these things have like a ton of play. So I got to fix that. Took off the TJ visors because they didn't touch the bar and they look bad, and when you flip them sideways they don't give you any sun protection anyway. So that's that. The bar is in. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, feel free to comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and I will be getting an S&W race car front roll bar cage conversion. It's $200, so can't beat that. I almost forgot. I got the other end of this plug with the pins that you solder onto your own wiring, and then it clips down and then closes it, so it's the opposite end of this, so I can plug this in without having to cut and splice these wires at all. Factory plug I got it on, I think it was eBay for like $7 or something like that. So it's going to make life a whole lot easier. And it's cheaper than buying those bullet connectors or whatever so I can plug and unplug these. Because you definitely don't want to have to cut and resplice the wires if you ever have to take this sound bar out. When I do the full cage, I'm building it off the TJ bar. And I'm going to have to lose the padding and lose this because I'm going to have the 2 bars coming from, where is it? Coming from the roll bar right here going back to the back corners and the crossbar and all that. So yeah, almost forgot about that. But now that's really it. All right. Thanks for watching.